Welcome back, Top Notch Gang, to another video, and as you can see, we're diving into Kane again. Based off all the new scenes, we got an official trailer for Power Book 2 Ghost Season 4, and that's because it looks like Kane is going to be stepping up, taking a new role as he takes out Obie and becomes Noma's second hand. And we're going to talk about all the clues and details that points to this, and if Kane will possibly survive this season and actually make it out to where he want to be, with all the problems that's gonna arise. Of course, him getting back closer to Effie, their relationship, how everything builds off that, the situation with the rest of his family, of course, setting up Monet at the end of season 3, him finding out his retaliation as we see him in the trailer shooting at them. Gotta dive into all the details of that, and of course, his beef with Tariq. Will they squash it? How it ends? We just gotta go into everything Kane related. So as usual, you guys can leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let's go ahead and dive into it all. So of course, we gotta start off with the death of Obie, because that should be the thing that kicked this off. So let's talk about where all the clues and details is coming from. Now, we know in season 3 it was Obie who called Braden and got Braden to come and save Tariq, because Tariq was able to get his family the green cards to move to the country that Noma wasn't able to. So he had Tariq's back and he decided to help him out, and that's why Tariq escaped at the end. We know this season is going to pick up directly after this takes place. As we see in the official trailer, we see them wearing the exact same fits, clothes, and everything, and Noma is telling them, my Tariq problem ends tonight.
My Tariq problem gets solved today.
So it's going to follow up right where we left off, like I said, and I think this information about Obie being the one that helped Tariq escape is going to come out, and Noma is going to eliminate him. We already saw pictures, screenshots, and in the trailer of them having a conversation of her yelling at him. He's not getting the job done. He's fucking shit up, and I think this is going to keep building up and escalating, and it's more than likely going to be Kane who finds out that Obie was the one who did this. And this could be done through a lot of different ways. Of course, we see Kane going to attack Trace Weston, of course, Braden's brother. I think, of course, this is going to be early on in episode 1, trying to go find Braden, and maybe through Trace and getting to Braden is how he will discover this information about Obie. Now, while I think Obie is really eliminated, because we also see in a trailer a meeting between Tariq, Davis, and Noma and Kane, and usually with Obie being her right hand man, he is usually the one with her. So I think this is to negotiate peace, because we already know Tariq and Braden are gonna go back to school as regular students, as it says in the episode 2 description. So I think at the end of episode 1, they're gonna broker some type of peace agreement that both sides can't go after one another, and this could be why Kane is here. But also, with Obie still not being here, I think him leaking this information has been discovered and he will be taken out. Now, with this happening, Kane will grow further and further into Noma's organization, and there's multiple episode descriptions that gives us hints and details towards that, with once again episode 402 saying that Noma seeks out an opportunity with the Russians, which is why we can see a scene of both Kane and Effie specifically talking to the Russians, probably getting in cahoots with them, gonna be working with one another, especially with Tariq no longer in their operation. They're gonna need some more help moving all this product, as Western Holdings was getting a lot of the work done for them. So I think this opportunity with the Russians is to make sure that they're still stable and they're still able to move all this product and everything like that. Also, going into episode 3, we see that it says Noma tasked Kane with handling a competitor operating on her turf. I believe this is why we see Kane in a little fighting ring beating the shit out of somebody. Everyone was wondering what reason would he be having to do this, and it makes sense if he's going to be working closely under Noma. He's going to have to prove himself as an asset, and what is he best at? That's being an enforcer. So I think this is where this scene is coming from, and it's going to take place within episode 3. And then last but not least, episode 404, The Reckoning, it says Noma enlists Kane's help in making an ally of a powerful player. So based off all these descriptions and all these scenes we could see, he's going to be working closely with her, trying to earn her trust, and these are normally jobs I believe Obie would take part in or handle. He was kind of like the overseer of of Tariq and the rest of them throughout season 3, and I think Kane is rising up to take that spot. And with that happening, it's very likely he could be the one to make it out alive by the end of this season, which she won't make it easy for him, as we can see him getting choked up and her pulling out a knife, which is funny because we see him pull out a knife in a similar way in another scene, so he's definitely learning from her. But I think obviously if it comes true, she finds out about Obie and kills him, she's just gonna be just less trusting in general, so it makes sense she's trying to make sure Kane is on top of everything and he's actually getting the job done. So I think that's what's taking place in this scene where he's getting choked up. But we have to dive into all the other problems that will arise from everything that took place at the end of season 3. That brings us to the war with Drew and something tragic happening to Diana. Now, before the final trailer officially released, I talked about how there was going to be a war between Kane and Drew, and it was possibly going to be due to Diana's death. But due to the official trailer, we now know Diana is pregnant, and we currently don't know how that situation is going to turn out. Of course, we saw in the episode 3 description, Monet, she will start looking into who actually shot her, realizing her kids are being truthful. And when she finds out that it's, of course, Drew and Diana, it says they're on the run and Monet is on the hunt. We saw in the trailer when they were running past the apartments, Kane and Monet was at those exact same apartments shooting at a black car, so we could reasonably assume that it's Drew and Diana in this car. Now, I originally thought when Kane found this out, I wouldn't say he wasn't gonna be mad. They did try to kill his mom, but their mom did kill Lorenzo and he didn't react like this, so I was thinking what could possibly make him not give a fuck, go full out to war with his siblings. And my thought process was, Effie, if she got in the way, she got hurt or harmed somehow, then he would not give a fuck anymore and he will be aiming to take out Drew and Diana. This is where Diana's pregnancy comes into the picture. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna know about it. I'm pretty sure the only people who is gonna know about it is Tariq and Monet, and maybe Salim, because Tariq is gonna go choke that nigga up. But other than that, I'm pretty sure she's gonna want to keep it under wraps, and with her keeping it under wraps, a lot can go wrong without Drew and Kane knowing about this baby. And that's what seems to have taken place in episode 7. We see episode 6 saying that Diana's face were stepping further into the game or risking her family's safety, and then going straight into episode 407, it says when tragedy strikes, Tariq and the Tahalas are set on a mission to avenge what they've lost. And I ain't gonna lie, I was legit confused of how all this took place, of how it could have took place, because there's multiple descriptions that talk about Monet trying to find a path to forgiveness or her fighting to keep her family together, but it just seems like none of it is gonna work. And I think she was doing all this obviously because she found out Diana was pregnant in the scene that I showed. But what could have possibly went wrong? And I only see it being two things. One, Kane was still going after them before Monet could alert him or call him off or get him to stop. Or two, once again, Effie, she got harmed in some way, shape, or form, and in his mind, they're in a land of no return. Another reason, obviously, that we know this is going to continue, because in episode 8, it talks about Kane and Drew battling for the streets. So they're going to be at constant war with each other throughout the entirety of the season, and it's not going to have a good ending for one of them. So once again, it's a 50-50 shot if Kane is the one to make it to the end or not. If he obviously does have something to do with the tragic death of Diana or her losing her baby, obviously Tariq and everyone else will be after him as well. It's just a lot we're gonna have to wait to see. Now we can end it off with talking about his relationship with Effie. Now I've been mentioning it here and there, but there's more specific things I want to go into. Now we obviously know he's been chasing her. He finally got her once he paid her tuition and everything like that. But then once she got arrested for the Lauren murder and he went to visit her, she basically like dubbed his ass, said she didn't want him there or any of that. Now the new thing we got of them kissing, it's looking like this is gonna be taking place in episode 1. Once again, we can see them wearing the same outfits that they were wearing when the shootout happened at the end of season 3. And this is like, once again, crazy because we just seen her tell him get the fuck. Now I'm wondering if she's doing this for protection, because Tariq and Brayden escape, they survived, and now they're gonna be after her, so she's kind of using him once again, or if she truly does care about him and want to be with him. Now to him, it obviously probably doesn't matter, he's gonna crash out anyway, but she could be a vital piece to being his downfall, as I think they don't really want the same things. He's more like a Kanan or a Tommy. He loves the game, he wants to run in this shit forever, whereas she's just using this as an avenue. She wants to eventually get out, and they just don't, I don't know, it won't work in my opinion, especially with this being the last and final season. We can expect some crazy shit to take place. I would like your opinion on this though. Do you think she's using and playing him, or does she really want to be with him? And either way, even if that is the case, do you think she's the catalyst, the death, the injury that gets him to really go after his siblings? Because I don't see no other reason he would just be so set on killing them, even if they try to set up Monet. Once again, Monet set up Lorenzo, he didn't really care. He found out Lorenzo set up Zeke, he just used that for more power. So I think it has to be another step or another level for him to really go all out, to be shooting at them, and I think Effie is that step or level. Whether that's right or wrong, whether this is real or fake, she's probably going to be the determining factor if he survives to the end of the season. Overall though, that's it for this video. You guys can leave your thoughts and opinions down below. Will Kane be the last one standing as he grows in Noma's organization? Will he have a hand in Diana's tragedy? Will people like Tariq and Drew be out to get him? Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down below, as well as I want to hear your death predictions. I already told you guys I got a full death predictions video coming soon. I don't know if y'all want me to dive into just the characters I think is gonna die, every single character, and then I talk about how the deck could possibly come forward in this final season. So let me know that down below as well. But once again, Kane, I don't know, I thought going into the season he was high on my death list, but currently I can't see him making it out. It all depends on the situation with Diana, as I keep mentioning, but once again, for that we're just gonna have to wait and see. And Effie as well, because bro gonna crash out about her, bro. She could really be his downfall, and I think she will be. As usual though, you guys can leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.